Welcome to Saddle Up with Pippa Funnell. This is also called Stud Farm Inheritance, and this is the game that I really wanted to play with you guys. So I hope I can get this working because I had to do it on my other computer, and it's been really hard to transfer the video footage over to this computer for editing. So fingers crossed.
Dear Miss Beaumont, following our telephone conversation, I'm writing to confirm that your great-aunt, Patricia Beaumont, designated you as her principal heiress. You are now the owner of the Grange Meadows estate, in addition to the stud farm. I suggest that we arrange to meet up as soon as you arrive in Appleton, so that I can provide you with the procedural details relating to the will, along with the required paperwork. With kindest regards, Jeremy Scrivener. Wow. It's not exactly buzzing with life here. OK, let's start by finding the solicitor's office. Hello?
Hi there, it's Pippa. I just wanted to wish you good luck. This is a new start in life for you, isn't it? You must be really happy.
It's really nice of you to call me, Pippa. Thanks for your support. I get the feeling I'm going to need it.
Listen, I'm going to ring off. I guess you've got loads of things to do. I'll call you back later. In the meantime, good luck. And above all, don't forget that to save your game, you have to press the escape key.
Hi there. Are you lost?
Yeah, it looks like it.
The village isn't very big. Use the arrow keys to go for a little stroll. To go forward, use the up key. If you want to run, press twice very quickly on the same key. To turn around, press the right or left keys. Oh, by the way, my name's Rose.
I'm Estelle, Patricia Beaumont's great-niece. Nice to meet you, Rose.
Hey, that's great. We'll be living together in that case. I live on the estate with my brother Davy.
Perhaps you could help me. I'm looking for the office of Mr. Scrivener, the solicitor, and...
Oh, the solicitor. Sure. You turn right, then left. Hold on. I've got a street map of the village here. It might also come in handy for you later on. To look at the street map, first you have to find it in your inventory by pressing the I key.
Hey, this thing looks really difficult.
Nonsense! It's easy as pie. Look, with the Observe button, you can take a closer look at the object you've selected. With the Use button, either you use it or you show it to other people.
Wow, this street plan's really cool. I was looking for one before I came, but it was impossible to find one.
Thanks. I created it myself on my computer. Appleton isn't exactly a well-known town.
Excuse me, I'm looking for Mr. Scrivener's office.
Scrivener, the solicitor.
That's right. Everybody seems to know each other here.
You're the Beaumont girl, right? Family likenesses. There's no escaping them. Just go straight on and you'll find the office. It's the second road to the left.
Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you.
Goodness me! You wouldn't be young Miss Beaumont by any chance?
Yes. How did you guess?
There aren't many new young faces around here. and you're the spitting image of your great aunt. But I imagine you're looking for Jeremy, Mr. Scrivener, I mean.
Yes, I've got an appointment. Do you know where I can find him?
Oh, it's very simple. Just go on a little further to my left. You can't miss it. There's a nameplate at the entrance.
Thanks. See you soon. Ah, here we are. This is it.
Come in, please. What can I do for you?
Are you Mr. Scrivener?
In person. And you must be Miss Beaumont, unless I am much mistaken. Delighted to meet you. Please, take a seat. Before she passed on, your great-aunt, Mrs. Beaumont, instructed me to find her heirs. You are the only relative. As such, the estate and the stud farm are your rightful inheritance. However, there are a certain number of clauses in the will.
Clauses? What do you mean?
Conditions, if you prefer. Mrs. Beaumont was a somewhat eccentric lady. Excuse me, the old hay fever's playing up again. She wanted to bequeath her worldly goods to someone who loved horse riding.
I thought the stud farm was more or less abandoned.
It is true that when she was ill, Mrs. Beaumont neglected the stud farm, but there is still one horse and a few buildings.
What do I have to do?
Let us say that you must fulfill a certain number of objectives in order to become full owner in your own right. But, my dear, you must be exhausted after your trip. I'll drive you to the estate. We can talk through the details later on. You'll meet Davy the groom. Since his parents died, he's been looking after his little sister Rose all on his own. He's a little withdrawn, but he's a good fellow. Your aunt liked them very much. What's more, according to the terms of the will, they're allowed to live on the estate.
Did their parents work on the estate? Are you allergic to something?
To horses, yes. Mr. and Mrs. Turner took care of the stud farm for more than 20 years. You wouldn't happen to have a handkerchief by any chance. They died in a tragic fire 8 years ago. The little girl was still a baby. Well, I'll leave you to get settled in. Ah, here's Davy. Davy, I'd like to introduce you to Miss Beaumont, who has just come from abroad and is going to take charge of the estate.
Hello, miss.
Hello, Davy. Pleased to meet you.
Davy grew up here, and he works here. He knows the place like the back of his hand.
You could call me Estelle, you know. We must be about the same age.
I prefer not to, miss. You're my boss.
Well, I'll leave you young people together.
You take good care of yourself, Mr. Scrivener.
You should get settled into your room, miss. It's upstairs in the building. There's a notebook on the bedside table. To use it, position yourself in front of it, and when you see the indicator appear, press the space bar. Alternatively, press the J key whenever you want.
And what's it for?
It's your private journal. All the successfully completed missions, or those that remain to accomplish, are noted down in it. You can consult them at any time. It's useful to have around. Remember that you can consult your private journal whenever you want by pressing the J key. Let's meet up in the stable for a brief tour. You won't have any problem finding it. It's the only building that's in good condition. See you soon. This is our stable. Our horse is at the back. You can only go into the stalls where there's a horse. You'll see the name of the horse displayed over the door. To go in, press the space bar.
Oh, he's a beaut.
It's a she, not a he, and she needs a spot of grooming. You can do that. It's a good way to get to know each other. What's more, if you don't groom her yourself, I'll have to do it, and that will cost you credits.
All right, but on one condition, that you stop calling me Miss. It's ridiculous.
Okay, as you please.
What do I do?
You've got a choice between different grooming treatments. Look at the buttons on the right. Try them all. It's dead easy. Click on the brush to select it. Next, keep the mouse button pressed down and move the brush over the horse. When the gauge to the left is full, that means your horse is clean. Okay, that's fine. Rose has been having fun creating information sheets for the horses. You can read about their different characteristics. Whenever you win a new horse, you can choose a name yourself by entering it in the field at the top left.
Your sister's really amazing.
Yeah, I know. She loves the horses, and she's a dab hand at computers too. When the horse is well trained, it acquires points that you can share out for different kinds of performances. You can improve its endurance, or its skill in show jumping, or dressage.
Okay, so initially I named the horse Wallace because I like that name, and then I found out it's a mare.
Okay, now it's time for a wash. You see the hose in the middle? You must keep the mouse button pressed down and direct the water towards the horse. Make sure you wash all over her body.
Gosh, she really needed that.
I have a lot to do, you know, and I'm all on my own.
I wasn't criticising. Don't be so touchy.
You must clean the shoe that the horse presents to you. To use the hoof cleaner, keep the mouse button pressed down and scratch the earth energetically. Nothing should remain on any of the 4 hooves.
All right, my beauty. That's one done.
The frog area is very sensitive and touchy. It doesn't necessarily hurt your horse, but the horse will neigh really loud and it's really annoying. So just take your time and be careful.
And there we are. Finished. Are you hungry?
Click on the icon at the top right and put the food in the trough by clicking again. After 3 rations, the horse will be satisfied. That's great. The horse isn't hungry anymore. You did really well. For the moment, we've only got hay. We'll have to buy other fodder. It isn't good for a horse always to eat the same thing. Now you have to clean the stall. Click on the pitchfork and stick it into the hay. Keep the mouse button pressed down to move the hay and release it to put the hay into the wheelbarrow. If the gauge is half full, it means that the ground is clean. Next, you should click on the pile of clean hay and spread it around in the stall. When the gauge is full, you've done it. Well done. The stall is clean. Thanks, you've been a great help. But remember to clean your horse and its stall regularly, particularly before each competition. Otherwise, I'll have to do it myself in your absence, and I won't do it for free.
It looks as if she wants to get out.
The meadow isn't available. When your aunt fell sick, she stopped looking after the estate. It would be a good idea to get some fences put up.
Couldn't I take her out for a little ride?
I was told that you haven't been riding for long, but I'd like to see how you cope before I let you loose outdoors with our only horse. And anyway, I'd never let you go out on a horse before the grooming's finished.
I can see you really trust me.
Okay, you know how to take care of a horse. Now let's see how you cope in dressage. I'm taking you to the course.
Mr. Scrivener told me you've always lived here.
Yes, but as soon as we can, Rose and I are going to clear out. I don't plan on spending my whole life in this dump. Handling the horse is dead simple. To make the horse shift from walking to trotting, use the up arrow. If you press again on the arrow, it will canter, then gallop, and lastly, full gallop. By pressing the down arrow, you go back down through the different gates one by one. You can do this until the horse halts, then walks backwards. To turn left or right, press the corresponding arrow buttons.
So the downside to this game is that I really do not understand how the dressage is scored. Like, whatever you do after a salute will be scored low. I don't understand. It doesn't matter if you do the key early or if you do the key late or if you do it right on time. Like, where did the 8.6 come out of? And then even if you're scoring high, you will never bring your score back up. It will only go low. So you can only use your scores to maintain the score you already have, which is stupid. And I don't particularly like the dressage in this game. I would much rather do Champion Dreams dressage, but the cross country and show jumping is alright.
Come on, just a little more effort. Congratulations! Where did you learn to ride like that?
Well, I've ridden for ages, and after my school leaving certificate, I followed Pippa Funnell in all her major competitions.
Lucky you. Me, I'm stuck here until further notice.
What would you like to do?
Dunno. Take Rose somewhere nice, maybe.
But what about you?
Oh, it doesn't matter about me. If I had half her brains, it would be different.
Miss Beaumont, this is the airport. We found your luggage and we've sent it to the post office at Appleton. Once again, terribly sorry for this inconvenience.
Listen, Have you got time to take me to the village? I have to pick up my things.
Sorry, I can't. We've got a problem with the horse box. Take the mare. Go into the stall and click on the button with a saddle. But watch out, you can only take out the horse if you've completely finished grooming it. Your horse has gained experience. Click on the sheet. I'll explain. You've just got through a level. At each level, your horse improves and you must divide up its experience points. You can either teach it new figures to the right, or improve the length or height of its jumps, or increase its endurance.
Okay, so in this game, your main horse you're going to need for a couple missions. So
Right.
you're going to want to
I've got to
make
find that village
sure
again.
that you have
think it's
good
still straight ahead.
stamina. So you can use your first horse for competitions 1 and 2 as long as you teach the extended trot for competition 2. And then you can use the other points for increasing the jump height, and then the rest can go towards increasing stamina. The show gives the most amount of experience points, and you can put those all towards stamina, because you definitely want to have like 3/4 of the stamina bar, so where the little line is the maximum that your horse currently has. So you want that bar to be about 3/4 the way up, as you'll see later in the game, because otherwise you have to stop every so often because your horse can't run anymore and you have to wait for it to go back down. So stamina is key on your first horse, and as you get more and more horses, they'll have more and more capabilities as far as what movements they can do, their stamina, their jump height, that sort of thing. I'll use this time to kind of discuss how this game is similar and different. So obviously the horse appearance of the horse is the same as the saddle up time to ride, which we would have just finished, but the movements of the horses are a little bit better, and I would say that character movement is really good. This is where they first introduced being able to run as a character, and I think it's very fluid. I actually wish they would have kept this character movement when they went into the Pippa Funnell series of Champion Dreams, Secrets of the Ranch, Golden Syrup Challenge, all of those. I think the horses improved in Champion Dreams, but the people in this game were pretty good.
Hey, you don't really intend to come into the village on horseback, do you?
Oh, sorry.
It's okay, no harm done. Position your horse directly opposite the chain. An indicator will appear. All you have to do is press the space bar. Your nag will wait for you nice and quietly under the covered playground.
I'll be back very soon, my lovely. Excuse me, I'm looking for the post office.
Well, I'm not surprised you can't find it. There's no post office. It's Molly Catchpole, the grocer, who deals with the post.
Thanks. Hello. There should be a parcel for me here. I'm moving into Grange Meadows.
Oh, yes. Well, that'll be quite a change for you. Appleton's a quiet little place.
Have you lived here long?
My parents used to run the grocer's shop, to give you some idea. In the past, the children took over their parents' businesses, but those days are over. There's no future anymore in Appleton. My son went off to work in town, and the upshot is I never see my grandchildren.
It's a pity the young ones don't hang around. It's a pretty place.
I'm not saying it isn't, but even if it was the prettiest place in the world, when there's no work, there's no work. But then there's always that promoter with his development project, Mr. Blacklock. A charming fellow, I should add. But here I am, chatting away. Don't forget your things. I put them there, just on the side. Right, if need be, just remember, this isn't just a post office here. I'm also running a grocer's shop. To go into the shop, position yourself opposite the shop window behind me and press the space bar. Choose the item you want to buy with the arrow keys and click on the buy button. But take care, you must have enough credits.
Thanks. In any case, you've got loads of things here.
When on earth are you coming back? We've got things to see to at the stud farm.
You'll have to pay attention to the shops that currently look run down because they will open back up with the ability to buy riding clothes and casual clothes. So keep an eye open after competitions to see what opens up. And I will say from this point on, anytime we're going back between the city and the stud farm, I will speed it up because it takes a long time.
Hi, if you've picked up your things, give them to me and I'll put them into the wardrobe in your room.
Thanks, but I reckon I can cope with my things on my own.
As you wish, but this way you'd be able to get changed.
Goodness me! It must be love. Hello?
Hello, Miss Beaumont. It's Mr. Scrivener on the line. Would you fancy meeting up at my office?
Okay, I'll be right over. Just give me time to put my things away in my new room. Right. Now let's sort things out. I really do have a lot of things. Let's see if everything will fit into this wardrobe.
To put away your things, position yourself in front of the big wardrobe. A red indicator will appear. Then open your inventory by pressing I, and lastly, use the parcel.
There we go. Now I can open it. Fortunately, it's a king-size wardrobe. Right, let's see how this works. I guess that by using the arrows, I can change my outfit. And I can go back into the room by using the return button at the bottom left.
Sorry to disturb you, but you're taking a rather long time coming, and I'm afraid I do have other appointments.
Sorry, I'll be there right away.
Ah, there you are. My, you do look ravishing. And from what I've heard, you're a very good horsewoman. Anyhow, as I've already said, the inheritance is dependent on objectives to fulfill. Your successes will be rewarded by improvements in the stud farm.
Improvements?
Yes, you may choose to renovate a particular building or build a training course, for example. And since you've proved your ability, I'd like to offer you the first improvements. Position yourself in front of my computer and activate it with the space bar. I suggest you build a show jumping course or a cross-country course. Click on the arrows to choose, then validate.
Okay, let's go for a show jumping course.
You'll be able to use your new course in 2 weeks' time.
Hello, Mr. Scrivener.
Hello, young lady. You now have to successfully complete the new course. Davy will evaluate your results. You can go straight to the course with one of your horses.
Hi, I'll wait for you at the show jumping course. Take the first on the left on leaving the stud farm. See ya. You now have to go straight ahead, then follow the signs indicating the blue obstacle course. Right, here we are. The line on the ground indicates the order of obstacles. You must jump over them by pressing the space bar at the right moment. But watch out! You also have to choose the correct gait. When trotting or cantering, your horse will jump high. When galloping or at full gallop, the horse will jump far. On the jump icon at the top of the screen, the obstacles are represented by squares. Before jumping, you can check that the jump is good if the obstacle is clearly in the horse's jumping curve. If this is the case, the icon turns green. If not, the horse refuses to jump.
Come along, old girl. We'll make it. Okay, I'll try again. It's child's play. Well played, my beauty. So what do you say? I'm doing pretty well, aren't I?
That was excellent.
Phew, I wasn't in top form. Luckily, I had a good horse.
Hello, Mr. Scrivener. We finished the course.
Hello, Davy. How did she cope?
Pretty well, on the whole.
That's good news. You'll be able to build a new course using my computer.
I think a cross-country course would be ideal for training the horses.
Your course will be finished in a fortnight. A new test awaits you. Take one of your horses. Davy will explain the details. Good luck.
Did the solicitor explain? OK, then meet me at the course. It isn't hard to find. You take the first on the right as you leave the stud farm. You go straight ahead, then you follow the signs indicating the blue cross-country course. Here's the cross-country course. You must follow the path and jump the obstacles in order by pressing on the space bar. But watch out, you must choose the right gait. Your horse will jump high if you trot or canter, and it'll jump far if you're at a gallop or a full gallop. On the jump icon at the top of the screen, the obstacles are represented by squares. Before jumping, you can check if the jump is good if the obstacle is clearly in the horse's jumping curve. If this is the case, the icon turns green. If not, the horse refuses to jump. Bravo! You finished the test.
To reward your successes, it gives me great pleasure to offer you a horse. Now, don't worry about anything. I'll have it taken to the stud farm. You'll find it in your stable when you get back.
Is there a vet in the village? With several horses, it's getting urgent.
When you've accumulated enough success, you can call out Keith Burgess. At the moment, he's on his rounds. He has a very good reputation. Following the instructions of your great-aunt Patricia, I have to organize a mini competition, which you must win, of course.
What do I have to do?
Well, you'll have to complete the following in order, and with only one horse. A dressage course, a cross-country course, and a show jump. But I'm sure you're capable of that. Well, the big day has come. The first competition organized on your own land. You'll have to succeed at the 3 dressage, cross-country, and show jump events with the same mount.
I hope to be an honour to the family.
You're a good rider. You'll be okay.
Apparently, it's a fairly traditional dressage event which shouldn't present you with any problems if you master the basic figures. For each successfully completed figure, your score will be added to the overall score at the bottom right. Well played! Those figures were remarkable. Let's move on straight away to the cross-country event. Are you ready? We're going to start with the cross-country event. Every time you clear an obstacle, points will be added to your overall score. Obviously enough, time is also a key factor. If you commit faults, points will be deducted. Good luck! Congratulations! Let's see what stuff you're made of on this show jumping course. Do you know that show jumping was your great-aunt's speciality? I hope you take after her. It's the traditional point system. Each obstacle you jump over wins you points. Your faults will be penalized, as will your time. Your great-aunt would be proud of you. Let's see your ranking in the general competition. I'm speechless. You were brilliant from beginning to end. Come and meet me at the office. At last, we'll be able to validate part of the inheritance. That's excellent news. Come over here. Thanks to this victory, you've won a new horse. You can also choose new items. Patricia would have been proud of you. So, you've got a choice between renovating your second stable, fencing in the meadow, or having your garage renovated. Congratulations! The new item will be ready in a few weeks.
You were away a long time, so I had to take care of your horses. But now it's up to you to look after them. Even more so since you can't go out with a horse until its grooming's finished.
That's it for the first chapter, and we'll see you in the next one.